Hi, it's immigration lawyer Elaine Martin, and if you are new to this channel, especially given that there will be a lot of changes with the inauguration of President Biden yesterday, please do subscribe so that you get notified of these updates as soon as they happen. Also, I recommend liking my Facebook page, which I will link to below, because I'm able to post updates there faster than anywhere else. I am just coming up for air today after all of the changes that President Biden has made in the last 24 hours. A lot of them are on the chart up there. I also have to have a list here so that I can remember all of them. I will talk about the proposed immigration bill, the U.S. Citizenship Act, in a separate video, although it is still very much a proposal, very much in draft form, and it could change dramatically at any stage before it is actually enacted, if it is ever enacted. The changes that President Biden has introduced either by executive order or by instructions to agencies so far are: number one, he has instructed agencies to review their policies and enforcement priorities, and as part of that review, there is a hold on most removals, deportations you may call it, for 100 days. That means there should be very few deportations for the next 100 days while they review enforcement priorities. Another change is that he has ended the migrant protection protocols, so there shouldn't be any addition to those for people in Mexico. He has recommended that any proposed regulations that were introduced by the previous administration but had not yet been passed into law, that they be placed on hold for 60 days or longer. This, in the immigration context, primarily affects the upcoming H-1B cap season and whether or not the new wage levels are going to apply to that. If you are in the H-1B category or expecting to be in it, you know all about this, and we don't know yet whether the new increased wage-based system for the lottery will be in place. President Biden ended the bans that President Trump had introduced based on people's country of nationality. These were known as mainly the Muslim ban and another ban that primarily affected African countries. Again, if you are subject to these bans, you are very familiar with it, and President Biden has asked the consulates to resume visa processing for these to allow potentially people who were denied to reapply or their cases to be reopened, and that applies to both immigrant visas, that is green cards, and non-immigrant or the temporary visas. President Biden has not ended the ban that Trump introduced on H-1Bs, H-2Bs, J-1s and their dependents, or the ban on immigrant visas being approved at consulates. So those non-immigrant H's and J's and the immigrant visa interviews at consulates are still on hold. That means that the diversity visa holders' interviews are still on hold. It should mean that K-1 holders can get their visas. I know that that's a question a lot of people are asking. But all of this also is subject to the consulate's own opening and closing procedures in their country, because they have to comply with the country regulations regarding COVID. What else? President Biden has said he introduced an executive order promising to preserve and fortify DACA. That executive order doesn't say much else about DACA, but we do know that President Biden strongly feels that DACA recipients should be given permanent legal status and will probably try to introduce some status for their families also. There is a deferred enforced departure for Liberians that is being continued. This is in addition to the Venezuela deferred enforcement that was introduced a few days ago. Well, that's it for President Biden's first 24 hours in office. Do stay tuned. Click on the subscribe button so that you get notified of future changes. Click on the like button if this has been helpful. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you would like to hear about in future. And thanks